Tonight on Fox 55 News, Indiana Representative Jim Banks pushing for more essential workers to be included in the next round of COVID-19 vaccines. Why he says it's important for teachers to be on that list. Plus, hockey fans, get ready. The Fort Wayne Komets are coming back. What changes you're going to need to expect if you're going to attend one of those games. And later, a Fort Wayne video shop closing up after nearly 20 years of serving the community. Why they can no longer fight to stay open. Fox 55 News starts right now. Good evening, I'm Chris Malooly. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, a man is dead and 3 are in the hospital after a driver lost control over driving over train tracks on the city's west side. One of the 3 in the hospital is a baby. It happened around 1:50 this afternoon. Witnesses told police the driver was crossing the train tracks on Hadley Road near Blake Drive. They say he lost control and drove onto oncoming traffic. Right now, no word on any of the injuries of the 3 victims so far. And we now have the name of the first person to die this year from a car crash in Allen County. The crash happened back on October 18th on West Jefferson Boulevard at Willowdale Drive. The Allen County coroner says 79-year-old Kay Siminger died Friday from complications from head injuries sustained in that crash. We also have the name of a passenger who died after a car hit a fire truck Saturday morning. The Allen County coroner says 29-year-old Kimtrice Roby of Detroit died from blunt force injuries. Police say the car she was hit in hit the fire truck after it crossed the center line on North Clinton Street. Roby is the second person to die from a car crash in Allen County this year. Fort Wayne police are also investigating a death in the 2100 block of Wells Street. Investigators aren't releasing any information on the cause or nature of the death pending an autopsy by the Allen County coroner. A man is also in critical condition tonight after an early morning shooting. It happened just before 3:45 at the Travelers Inn on Washington Boulevard. Officers say they found the man lying down in the first floor hallway with a gunshot wound. Investigators say the man was on the second floor balcony when he was shot. Police believe the shooter fired shots from the parking lot of that inn. Investigators are also trying to figure out who tossed the body of a severely underweight puppy in a dumpster this morning. Fort Wayne Animal Care and Control found the dog in a dumpster at Baldwin Creek apartment complex. The dog is described as a tri-colored pit bull mix between 6 and 12 months old, excuse me. The medical team determined that the dog was kept in a crate for long periods of time before its death. If you have any information about the dog's death, you're urged to call Animal Care and Control. That number 427-1244. Taking a look at COVID numbers in Indiana, the State Department of Health reporting 3,477 new positive cases. The total number of cases now over 533,000. 1,042 new deaths bring the total number to 8,292. 24% of ICU beds currently available and 70% of ventilators are available. The 7-day positivity rate is at 15.8%. Looking around our region, Allen County reporting 191 cases and 15 deaths. The total now in the county is 29,111 cases and 508 deaths. Adams County reporting 23 cases, excuse me. Elkhart 45 cases and 8 deaths. Huntington adds 24 cases and 1 death. Noble adds 21 cases and 1 death. Paulding with 21 cases and 1 death as well. Wells adds 25 cases and Whitley adding 16 cases and 1 death tonight. Tonight, we speak with Indiana Representative Jim Banks about why he's pushing for teachers to be included in the next round of COVID-19 vaccinations. Fox 55's Nico Panisi tells us why the congressman says this is crucial to student success.
The CDC recommends the next round of COVID-19 vaccinations go to those considered essential to our economy and those who are at high risk of exposure. Superintendent of East Allen County Schools, Marilyn Hissong, is glad teachers are on the docket because it will help keep her schools staffed in the coming semester.
Teacher shortage will be something we'll be watching.
Congressman Jim Banks says virtual learning is hurting our students. He wants to see educators in class teaching face-to-face permanently.
It's important for kids to be in the classroom. It's important for teachers to be in the classroom to teach our kids.
Banks says the state of Indiana has adapted the CDC guidelines to determine who will get the vaccine next, but there's still uncertainty about the exact date.
We'll have to see how readily available it is, when it becomes available to staff, And then the next thing obviously is going to be once people do get vaccinated, you have to, the one that at least here is local is a 2 dosage. So we would have to make sure that they get the first dose and then they are able to get the second dose.
Banks says he hopes teachers will jump at the opportunity.
There is no more important subject to me than getting our kids back in the classroom and giving them the best shot at a good education.
In Fort Wayne, I'm Nico Panisi, Fox 55 News.
We also reached out to different districts to speak with teachers about the vaccines. Fort Wayne Community and Southwest Allen County Schools both declined to comment on that. And Wednesday, it's going to be a big day on Capitol Hill. Congress will meet to officially count the Electoral College ballots. We also asked Representative Banks about the vote tomorrow. He says he plans to reject the electors from states who, quote, unconstitutionally conducted their elections. He says because of COVID, some states changed election rules without approval. Banks says there aren't enough votes in the House or the Senate to overturn any of those states, but says this is, quote, important and healthy debate, which is needed.
At the end of the day, we need to make sure that this never happens again. COVID exposed a number of issues with our elections process. And in the days to come, I will be introducing legislation that will be aimed at making sure that this issue never happens again so that the American people can trust our elections and that we can secure the integrity, return the integrity of our elections process in the future.
Representative Banks didn't elaborate on his legislation, but says it will address what happened in 2020 to make sure it doesn't happen again. Well, another gloomy day. We haven't seen the sun in what feels like days. Meteorologist Beverly Perry here to let us know if that's going to change anytime soon. Beverly.
You're not wrong. The sun has been MIA for, since 2020. We've only seen a hint here and there. Luckily, we will see a few hints of sunshine as we roll into tomorrow and Thursday, but here and the now, dealing with fog once again. So fog is going to become problematic as we continue through the overnight hours. Right now, we just have a touch of light fog in the air. And again, these visibilities will be on the downfall as we head through the overnight, potentially becoming dense in spots. As temperatures fall, this will be a freezing fog problem. So slick spots will be possible as you roll on your morning commute tomorrow. Near steady temperatures are in our forecast, but this third headline here, will there be abundant sunshine? I'll let you know when, coming up in just a few minutes.
Allen County will see its first professional team play in 10 months tonight. The Comets getting ready to return for its first of 50 games February 12th. The announcement was made this afternoon. The Comets' 69th season will have a number of safety protocols in place. Capacity inside the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum capped to 25%, which is 2,619 people. Fans can't eat or drink outside their seats. Those UV lighting and elevator improvements we showed you last night on Fox 55, they're still in place, and no affiliate players can play this year.
Just this whole protocol that's been set up right now gave us a comfort feeling that we think, okay, you know what, this is the time to go. So we made the decision last night to go, and here we are, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Fox 55's sports director Justin Prince will have more on the impact this season will have on players and owners. That's later on in the show. Well, new tonight, it's the end of an era here in Fort Wayne. One of, if not the last video rental shop in the city will soon be closing their doors. Fox 55's Caleb Saylor live outside of Family Video on Goshen Road tonight and has more on why the video chain is now going out of business. Caleb.
Yeah, Chris, I don't know what it was like for you growing up in New York City, but for me growing up here, going to the video rental store on a Friday, Saturday night, picking out that video to enjoy over the weekend was a key part of my weekend. It just, thinking about video stores brings back a sense of nostalgia for me, and I assume a lot of people at home as well. Now, it's obviously no secret that the video rental industry has been on the decline for the past several years, and unfortunately, Family Video, reportedly America's last nationwide video rental chain, will soon be closing its doors. Family Video has been fighting streaming services for years to attract customers, but a decline in business due to COVID-19 was the final scene in a movie that doesn't have a happy ending.
I'd say it's definitely been slower.
Madison Berlin is an employee at Family Video. Playing back the memories when she was young, she says she loved going to Family Video. So much so, she wanted to work there when she got older.
Whenever I was around 5 years old, I started going to Family Video with my dad every weekend. And that's why I wanted to work at Family Video. So as soon as I turned 18, I applied and I got a job.
So when she heard the news that the business was closing,
I was very sad. I've been with the Family Video since 2017. So it was really heartbreaking for me to hear.
for customer David Page, he's been going to Family Video for the past decade in search of that unique movie he can't find on streaming services. So when I told him the store would be closing up shop,
I thought they didn't even say anything. I come in every week, and it was really shocking for me.
soon the store will get emptier, selling off their entire collection, forcing people like Page to find another option. After they close, what's your plan now?
Wow, I guess Redbox.
And the ending credits will roll for Family Video one final time.
It's really sad. I hate that they're closing.
Now, during this time, online customers of Family Video can still use their website to buy video games and movies and other merchandise. But Berlin tells me that the expected last date for this Family Video here on Goshen Road is February 28th. Reporting live in Fort Wayne, Caleb Saylor, Fox 55 News.
Thanks for that, Caleb. And Citizen Square will delay its opening 1 week. The original reopening was January 19th. It's scheduled now to reopen on January 25th. The Human Relations Commission's office, Parks and Rec office, community centers, youth centers, and pavilions will also remain closed as well. And coming up, an Indiana jail taking steps to keep its population healthy, how they plan to contain COVID-19 within its facility. Plus, the final votes trickling for two tightly contested races in Georgia's runoff elections. We'll have more on those Senate races coming up. And later, a community mourning the loss of two sisters killed just days after the New Year in Ohio. We'll bring you the mother's 911 call for help.